welcome to the Gopping Experience.
I don't see your mic, bro.
What do you mean? I'm Zay. You're Dov.
Got you. There we go. Right on. Welcome to the Coffee Bean Experience. My name's Dave.
I'm Zaza.
Zaza. So, anyway, man, so we are rolling along here, and I'm not sure how life is in your neck of the woods, but in spite of the challenges in front of us, life is pretty good here. And so, wouldn't you agree, Zay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how would you describe what are you doing right now? Oh my word. How would you describe the climate in... Okay. All right. So how would you describe the climate, the social climate right now? How would you describe the social climate, like, in our area?
That's not corona. I would say, like, I don't know. I see a lot more people getting out and doing stuff, and some people are, like, you can tell the people that are more afraid of it because they're more...
Afraid of what? What are you talking about?
Of the virus.
Oh, coronavirus.
They're more subtle with how they say things, but they're also, like, they don't go out and do stuff or have people over, but you can tell the people that are, like, done with it. Well, I mean, most people are over it, like, but I would say for the most part, it's cool to see these people get out, like myself, get back to working out and running and lifting and things like that, and getting to know family. My older siblings, I have 3 older siblings. As you guys probably know if you've seen our episode where Dave interviewed me with my siblings and stuff. So my 3 older siblings have actually started to date now. So Michaela got a boyfriend, I guess. Reagan is talking to another guy, I guess. And Elijah went on his first date in a long time today. So that's really cool to see all that. But how would you describe it, Dave?
Dave, dude. Dave.
Right.
Well, so it's kind of interesting you say that because before I answer the question for me, I think you're accurately describing what I would call our local climate. What kind of climate, what kind of picture is the media painting?
That everyone's inside, that this virus is fluctuating, it's it's getting worse, the death rates are going up, and they're saying to stay inside and things like that. What
else? Is it just the coronavirus that's been a hot topic the last 2 weeks?
Black Lives Matter movement, a bunch of stuff like that. It's pretty...
How is that being painted?
It's being painted like black people are walking out of their houses and getting shot. Literally just like that.
Yeah.
Like black people are being persecuted, which is also funny. If you go watch my episode of The Den, I discuss all that. We'll have another episode this Saturday. Go check out our Patreon, link in bio. If you're on Spotify or anything, we have a bio link.
What's The Den, bro?
It's what I call our episodes, like our special Patreon episodes.
Oh, what's Den stand for?
I don't have a stand. It just means something deep to me. It's like, because I grew up with, like, Grandma Ida, and she always would call, like, my downstairs, my office, whatever I was doing, the den.
Mm-hmm.
This has always just stuck with me, so I thought it was a cool little name.
Okay.
But, so, and you guys also now, you guys can, donate to us monthly on Patreon. So, literally, not on Patreon, sorry, on Anchor. So, if you don't want to go through Patreon's whole service, you can go in the description below, click our Anchor link, go to our website, and you can donate there. So, that was my little plug of the day.
Right on. So, anyway, so you accurately described, like, the local climate, how we're feeling in our neighborhoods, and all of our neighbors, and when you go to the store, and then the social media, the news, is just painting this totally different picture.
Right.
And so, I think there are a lot of, like, how would you, if you think about just people in general, people in different parts of our society, what do you think the average person in America is feeling right now? What do you think they're feeling?
Average, probably a little bit scared.
Okay, go ahead, keep going.
Scared for themselves, scared for black people because the media is so so deceiving and so evil and corrupt that like even like Fox News a little bit, they're still pretty bad. But like they're so corrupt and deceiving that like I feel like the average person is probably scared a little bit, especially like if the average black person that leads into the media. They're probably very scared because they play the victim role.
Let's not try to describe color. Not to be politically correct, but I don't think that's fair to say the average black person is scared.
Okay, fine. Just the average person.
Because I just
they're
actually
probably a little bit scared.
Yeah.
They're probably scared right now, for their own well-being and also for the future. Quite frankly.
So between the Black Lives Matter, all the protest rioting, between that and then coronavirus shutdowns,
they're probably really scared.
It's pretty. But so I just want like this message today, this episode. I want this to be a little more hopeful.
Hopeful.
Yeah, man. And so, what did I tell you we were going to be talking about tonight?
Oh, stop. Goals.
Goals. Like scoring goals in a soccer game?
No, like life goals, like running 5 miles.
Are you flexing your pecs on purpose for the video? Are you just trying to be sexy for the ladies?
Most people don't watch.
You trying to check your pecs, see if they flex?
No.
Yeah, you. I saw you flexing on purpose, bro. I was like, oh, why you cover it up now? Why you cover it up?
I'll do this just for you. I'm in a barber. You can give me a haircut.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I wanted to talk about setting goals tonight. But before we get into setting goals, I also want this whole episode to be a little bit more hopeful for you out there. Yeah. A lot of times, we're still going to joke around a little bit. A lot of times we do, politics or we do edgy stuff, things wrong in our society. We've covered some fun stuff like TV episodes, Bachelor.
We got to do more of those. There's not really too many TV shows coming out right now, though.
I know. I told you. Well, we did one episode on Vikings.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that series.
He loves that. He's a that. And there's a lot to watch, and he's got time to do it.
Right.
Well, he's got some time.
So, so I also wanted to talk though in general, Isaiah. Like I wanted to offer. So we're going to talk about setting goals tonight a little bit, but we're also going to talk about some foundational things you need in your life to be healthy. So there was a recent study of. Are you checking your eyebrows now too?
No.
Is that what you're doing? There was a study. I think not a recent study. I'm sorry. I think it was about 5 years ago, Isaiah. There was a study that interviewed centennials. Do you know what a centennial is?
I do not.
Or do you think it's a dog, a cat, what?
It's probably like the gen of somebody.
The what?
Like I'm Gen Z.
Oh, generation.
Generation of somebody.
Ooh, good guess. So we're talking about a person, right? They went out and interviewed centennials. It's people that have lived to be at least 100 years old.
Oh, okay.
Centennial comes from the Latin cent, C-E-N-T, which is 100.
Gotcha.
So like millennials is 1,000.
You're right.
Right. We're in the third millennium. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
We're not in the second.
We're in the third.
We're in the third. So they interviewed, I forget how many centennials. And so they were trying to find out, okay, how in the world did these people live to 100? What do you think these centennials, and by the way, I remember this, I remember reading it. There was like an African, an Asian, a Latino, and they weren't even trying to be politically correct. It's just hard to find people that have lived to 100.
Yeah.
But they were trying to do some cross-cultural samples. Mm-hmm. What do you think these centennials shared in their life, the pillars? What do you think, like, different activities or things they did throughout their day that would help them be healthy, live a longer life?
Probably sports. Some sort of athleticism.
Okay, so that goes to the heart of that you're close. Physical activity.
Yep.
They got out and they were active physically. So it wasn't sports, by the way, because by the time you're 80, 90, you're not playing too much sports, bro.
Right. Also, I think that sports are a big contributor, like especially football and rugby, like very physical sports like that, are big contributors to why a lot of people are injured and have brain problems. Because those are very physical sports.
Yeah. So what else do you think these centennials had? So we got
healthy eating habits.
Diet. Diet had their habits were pretty basic, and they did not get into the processed foods. They had pretty healthy diets. What else?
Yikes, I'm too late for that.
What's that?
I'm too late for that.
No, you're not. You're only 15.
I'm still young. I got time.
Yep.
I've got to live it up while I can. Probably a couple. Probably marriage. I think marriage is big.
I don't remember if marriage was. I don't remember. I know family was. So family was very important to all of these people.
Like siblings?
Just cousins, family, uncles, grandparents, grandchildren.
I assume probably your wife.
Probably marriage, spouses. I don't know if they were married. I don't remember that part, but family was important. So I can't believe you're nailing all these, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You're nailing all these pillars in these people's life.
Well, I grew up in a family where we're taught to do these things.
Okay, so one last thing was part of they had 4 factors, and you've nailed 3.
2.
You've nailed physical activity,
food,
diet,
and family.
Family. I know you can't count.
Probably this is gonna be a bad one. Probably I'd say that some sort of education, reading.
Now that you say that, I think they all had hobbies. Well, I can't believe you've been raised in this home and you can't name the 4th one.
Wow, are you being racist right now?
Racist? Well, this has nothing to do with white.
You're being religionist.
Shush up over there. Elijah just gave you the answer.
Yeah, I don't want to say it now. You probably heard it.
No, go ahead.
Religion.
They all had a faith. They all had a spirituality.
No one told me. I'm so smart, dude. I know.
Dude, they all had a spirituality. So,
I told you.
as we talk about setting your goals, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, think of those 4 pillars in your life and think about this also, that you have to set your priorities for your life.
Yep.
And you have to daily check those priorities and make sure you're living your life by those priorities. So Isaiah, since you got almost an A+ on that last quiz, what am I talking about when I say priorities? Why are you doing this right now?
Boom. I mixed the two, my bad. I think. Wait. Sorry. Repeat the question.
Well, I said that people have to know their priorities,
mm-hmm.
and live by their priorities. And so, what do I mean when I say priorities?
You mean things that you as a person think are most important.
Exactly. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
And so, what do you think? How about this? Looking at my life, Isaiah.
Yeah.
What are my priorities in life? Can you name them in order?
Well, I'd hope at least. Of course you can. I'd hope that you raised your kids the way.
What do you think my number 1 priority in life is?
God, probably.
God,
definitely God.
My daily walk with my Creator.
Hmm?
So that's my number 1.
Just keep this in mind, guys. If you are atheist or agnostic, we're not trying, or any other religion, we're not trying to force onto you our religions. We're just saying.
Why are you giving that disclaimer?
Just to be.
They can make their own decision on what we're trying to force on them.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just be healthy. Just saying we're just.
Are you moving to Chaz or Chop tomorrow or something?
No.
You got to throw out a nice snowflake politically correct disclaimer.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I don't think so.
Welcome to America.
Whatever.
That's America.
So God is the number 1 thing in my life.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think number 2 is?
Family.
Be more specific.
Like your kids, your wife, and your kids, and your.
What do you think? My wife or my kids? If you had to prioritize wife or kids, which one?
Probably kids.
No, my wife, man. My wife comes before my kids.
Yeah, I could see that, but I also figure because your kids are the next generation of.
Well, yeah, but my kids can't be everything God made them to be without.
That's true.
Without the husband and wife being totally in union, totally strong. All right. So
then your wife and your kids.
Wife and kids, but yes, you're right. My number 2 is family, and then what's my number 3?
Probably work.
Yep, work.
Yeah.
So you guys, listen, this is what happens to most people in every nation, in no matter your culture, is you spend your whole life setting goals when you don't know your priorities. And you don't regularly check your
Yeah,
priorities.
your goals have to work around your priorities.
Your goals have to work around your priorities. So before I could even talk about setting goals, I wanted to get to the 4 pillars of your life that you need to be healthy. And I wanted to get to an idea, a concept introduced to you, the idea of knowing what your priorities are in life.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing and then being able to do an evaluation. Now, Isaiah, if you had to look at a person, if they were going to evaluate their week,
Right.
what are the 3 main categories that someone should look at to evaluate their week to see if they live their life by their priorities?
Religion. Or
Nope.
hobbies.
No. Bigger than that, more
Are
general.
you asking me as like a quiz?
Quiz question,
Or
yeah.
are you asking my opinion?
No,
'Cause
no, I'm not asking your opinion. There's actually pretty factual. There's 3 big categories that someone should look at to see if they're living their life by their priorities. And I'll give you a big hint. Where you're spending your time,
money,
money,
and
and your talents, your gifts.
Okay.
Because you might be, because you, what?
Isn't that's the answer? Time, talent, and treasure.
Time, talent, and money.
And money. Yeah. That's the
So if you can look back at your week and see where did you spend your time, it'll tell you if you're living your life by your priorities. Where did you spend your money? And where did you use your gifts? Where did you spend your gifts? All right. Now, I'm not asking you to do it right now on the air. All right. So now, let's talk a little bit about, let's wrap this session up. We only got a few minutes left. Really?
16.
Yeah. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. So now let's talk about, Isaiah, what do you think some keys are to reaching a goal? Because some of these tips, science is pretty clear on what it takes to reach a goal.
I think commitment.
Does take commitment, perseverance.
Confidence. I think confidence is.
Confidence. You would assume confidence, perseverance, commitment all go together.
Kind of. I mean, there's people that are committed that aren't very confident.
I don't agree with that whatsoever.
I think so. And
Show me that person.
So, commitment.
Because if you're not confident, you're not going to keep going, buddy. You're not going to be perseverant. You got to be confident.
Yeah. So commitment, then probably time.
You got to put time in it. Yep.
And then I don't know the last one.
Well, let's just break it down, man. Think logically about what it might take to accomplish a goal. What's the first thing you need to know to accomplish a goal?
If you have the skill?
Yeah, but how are you going to know if you have the skill?
To do it.
No, how are you going to know if you have the skill to do it? What's it?
To do whatever you're trying to do.
So what's the first thing you need to know to accomplish a goal?
If you can do it.
No, how are you going to know if you can do it?
By doing it. So
No.
commitment.
Doing what?
Doing whatever you're trying to do.
Well, how do you know what you're going to do?
So finding what you like to do.
Finding it. Well, what do you mean? A goal has to be something you like to
A
do?
hobby.
A goal has to be a hobby?
Maybe going outside your comfort zone.
A goal doesn't have to be a hobby.
So lost. You're losing.
You're not that far off, bro. You're not that far off. You're close. You're like dancing around the fire, and you're getting warm. It doesn't have to be a hobby or anything you like to do. A goal could be anything, couldn't it?
Right.
Okay, but what's the first thing to accomplish a goal? What do you have to know?
If you enjoy it.
No, enjoy what?
Enjoy achieving your goal.
What? How do you know? You're not telling me the first thing you need to know to accomplish a goal. Bro, you've got to know what you want to do.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You said you got to know what you love doing. You got to know what you enjoy doing. You don't got to love a goal. You don't got to enjoy a goal.
Sometimes the easiest questions when you're putting pressure are the hardest questions.
Dude, guys, the first step in accomplishing a goal is being specific with what you want to accomplish.
Yeah, know what you want. Ladies, women, know what you want.
You gotta know what you want to accomplish, dude.
Bipolar women, I mean, goodness.
Oh, damn, we went there.
Yeah, I did go there. So frustrating.
So anyway, sounds like you got some lady problems.
Sounds like every guy's got lady problems. Yeah, whatever. I'm gay, I'm married.
I didn't have many lady problems your age, bro.
Whatever, yeah, he just...
Ladies were falling at my feet, left and right, left and right.
Man, you telling me they weren't bipolar? Yeah, times have changed, tell you what.
So, Be specific with the
I'm
goal.
bald.
Now, the second thing.
Medell.
Yeah, baby.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, that's right, karma right there, dude. Karma.
I believe in karma.
Yeah, we know it. That's true. The second thing, Isaiah,
Karma's real.
once you know what you want to do,
Or something like that.
what's the second thing you have to be careful of? What's the number one mistake people do when they're making goals?
No.
Close, yeah.
Really?
What were you going to say?
Oh, I was gonna say overachieving.
Overachieving, what?
Trying to push it too much, almost like.
Well, yeah, but you're saying trying to push it too much. Push what too much?
Push your goal too much, like.
Push your goal too much. What do you mean by that?
Either doing it too much and over pushing your.
No, before you start something, you got to know what it is,
Right.
and so then you set it. But maybe you've made a mistake when you set it. How did you make that mistake? What mistake did you make when you set your goal?
Setting the wrong goal.
Dude, the number one mistake people make is they set these huge
I have
goals.
so many excuses. I said that.
You said going too much.
Yeah, overachieving. Pushing too much.
Overachieving.
That's what I meant. Was they
Overachieving means they did more than their goal.
The guy that hasn't run in 6 months tries to push for 5 miles.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
way too much. You gotta just ease into it.
So you've got, guys, this is important.
It's not rocket science.
This is important. It actually isn't rocket science, but it is pretty deep.
Yep.
You guys, you actually should already be kind of moving towards your goal that you set.
Yep.
So, for example, if Isaiah was a couch potato
Yep.
and overweight, obese, he probably shouldn't set a goal. That's not my point.
I'm just messing with you. Keep going.
You probably shouldn't set a goal of running 5 miles tomorrow because you've been sitting on your couch, you're overweight.
Dude, I'm gonna run 4 miles.
So you probably should have already started walking and getting healthy. Do you see what I'm saying, Isaiah?
Yep.
Your goal you should already be moving towards your goals, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
So be specific.
Then push for 3. Then push for 4.
Know what you want to do.
6.
Don't set it too high. You should be able to moving towards it. You should already be kind of towards that goal, moving that way. Okay, if you don't even have your high school diploma, you probably shouldn't set a goal of getting your doctorate degree.
Yeah, bro, what's up with
You're
that?
4 degrees away from a doctorate. High school,
be like, bro, I'm
associates,
a rapper. Bro, you're on
bachelor's, master's,
Like, what's up with that?
doctorate. You're like 4 or 5 degrees away from doctorate. Okay, nothing wrong with having the goal as being a doctorate, wanting to get your doctorate degree, but you need to be moving towards it. You need to be already in college or your high school diploma, or know what you want. Be specific.
If you like
Be
guys,
moving towards it.
go.
And celebrate the little goals, the victories along the way.
Yeah, go celebrate those goals.
Celebrate the little goals you accomplish, guys, because then you can build on those and you create momentum. Guys, I don't care what the news portrays. I don't care what social media. Yeah, that's a good tip. Get off social media. Get off the news.
Just ignore everybody.
You can do and you can accomplish amazing things if you maybe take a look at this session, listen to it quite a few times, okay?
Yeah, guys, we have some really deep sessions. Again,
this is a pretty deep session, Isaiah.
before we end it, sorry, just doing that to be retarded. Go check out if you don't want to go through Patreon, you just want easy donate like on Twitch. Go in the description below, go to our Anchor website, and you can just literally donate like as little as like $1. Helps us out a ton.
Donate.
And if you want to help us on Patreon, we have a couple we're gonna start uploading a lot more special content. That's also in the description below. YouTube, everything, guys. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on everything. There's nothing we're not on.
And again, we hope you have some deep conversations out at the coffee shops, out in the pubs. 4th of July. 4th of July.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do a session before 4th.
Yeah, we are gonna do that.
We should do a session on American history.
We did that. We did civics.
Civics is not American history, sir.
Yeah, we'll do one on American history.
Hey, we'll catch you in the coffee shop. Thanks for joining us for the Coffee Bean Experience. I'm Dave. Zaza Dave.